Nuclear energy, does it make sense for the environment? After decades of wariness, interest in nuclear power is picking up. Do the benefits outweigh the risks? Annotation directions. Read the 2 articles and annotate. Include conflict, tone, mood, persuasive strategies, and techniques. Persuasive academic vocabulary, questions, comments, etc. Annotating is thinking on paper. No annotations equals no thinking equals no points. Yes, nuclear power is the largest source of emission-free energy generation in the United States. 1 of every 5 American homes and businesses gets its electricity from a nuclear plant. Meeting tighter limits on air pollution is an ambitious task, one that would be virtually impossible without clean air benefits of nuclear power. The Department of Energy recognizes nuclear energy's essential role, identifying it as the single most effective strategy for reducing air pollution. Nuclear power is the only expandable, large-scale energy source that avoids air pollution and can meet the electricity demands of our growing economy. Nuclear plants do not emit carbon dioxide or other greenhouse gases linked to global warming, nor do they emit pollutants that contribute to haze or smog. Here's another way to look at nuclear energy's positive impact. Based on 1999 figures, if nuclear plants had to be replaced with oil or coal burning plants, the United States would have to eliminate 135 million passenger cars, about half of all cars, just to keep our carbon dioxide emissions at current levels. With regards to security, the nation's 103 nuclear power plants are among the best defended industrial facilities in the United States, and today's nuclear plants have state-of-the-art safety features to prevent accidents. Several notable environmentalists have recently endorsed nuclear energy. They believe global warming is increasingly our most pressing environmental concern and recognize nuclear energy is a key part of the solutions. Article by Scott Peterson, Vice President, Nuclear Energy Institute. No, nuclear energy is not the answer to global warming. It makes no sense to solve one set of environmental problems by creating bigger and more serious set of problems. The nuclear energy is full of big and very serious problems. Although new nuclear power plants would certainly be safer than older plants, the consequences of a major accident are still the same. Widespread and long-lasting radiation pollution affecting several generations. An explosion at the Chernobyl nuclear reactor in the Soviet Union in 1986 killed 31 people and caused hundreds of thousands of cases of delayed illnesses. In addition, nuclear power plants make attractive targets for terrorists. A disaster caused by sabotage or attack would cause great harm to people and the environment. Another problem for the environment is spent fuel from the nuclear power plants, which remains toxic for thousands of years. The United States still has no operational long-term repository to store the spent fuel safely. The process of turning uranium into fuel for nuclear reactors can easily be modified to produce uranium for nuclear bombs. Pakistan and India's nuclear bombs were made this way. The potential use of these weapons, possibly by terrorists, would be catastrophic for our environment. Instead of investing in nuclear power, which just trades one set of problems for another, let's invest in renewable energy sources like wind and solar energy. They may cost a little more now, but they don't cause any harm, and they don't run out. Article written by Kelly Kissack, Associate Professor of Engineering, University of Daytona. Article by Kelly Kissack, Associate Professor of Engineering, University of Dayton, Ohio. Please progress to the second slide. Part 2, Reading Comprehension, Multiple Choice. Directions. Use nuclear energy. Does it make sense for the environment? To answer questions 1 through 13. Number 1. The author wrote the yes response most likely to A. Warn people about global warming. B. Report on oil and coal burning plants. C. To prove that cars emit pollutants. Or D. Promote the use of nuclear power. Number 2. Which statement from the yes response is an opinion? F. Nuclear power is the largest source of emission-free energy generation in the United States. G. Meeting tighter limits on air pollution is an ambitious task. H. Nuclear plants do not emit carbon dioxide or other greenhouse gases linked to global warming. J. Several notable environmentalists have recently endorsed nuclear energy. Number 3. What claim does the author use of the yes response make in paragraph 3? A. Nuclear plants are a clean source of energy. B. It is impossible to eliminate air pollution. C. Nuclear power improves the nation's economy. D. All types of energy have risks and benefits. Number 4. In paragraph 3, the author says that nuclear power plants do not contribute to have smog. This is an example of which persuasive technique? F. Bandwagon appeal. G. Ethical appeal. H. Appeal to fear. J. Appeal to pity. Number 5. In paragraph 4, the author makes a comparison between A. Past and current figures on carbon dioxide emissions. B. Passenger cars and other forms of transportation. C. Nuclear plants and oil and coal burning plants. D. Emissions in the United States and other parts of the world. Number 6. What ethical issue does the author raise in the yes response? F. Finding an alternative to cars. G. Cutting energy costs. H. Protecting the environment. J. Creating convenient energy sources. Number 7. The yes response claims today's nuclear power plants have state-of-the-art safety features to prevent accidents. Which statement in the no response is a counter-argument to that claim? A. Another problem for the environment is the spent fuel from nuclear power plants, which remains toxic for thousands of years. B. In addition, nuclear power plants make attractive targets for terrorists. A disaster caused by a sabotage or attack would cause great harm. C. An explosion at the Chernobyl nuclear reactor in the Soviet Union in 1986 killed 31 people and caused hundreds of thousands of causes of delayed illness. D. Although new nuclear power plants would certainly be safer than older plants, the consequences of a major accident are still the same: widespread and long-lasting radiation pollution. Number 8. The author wrote the no response most likely to F. Explain how uranium is converted into fuel for nuclear reactors. G. Document consequences of the accident at Chernobyl. H. Prove that terrorists can attack nuclear power plants in the U.S. J. Convince people that nuclear energy is not worth the risk it presents. Please proceed to slide 3. Number 9. The author's claim in the no response is A. New nuclear power plants are no safer than the old ones. B. Global warming is our most urgent environmental concern. C. Nuclear energy creates as many problems as it solves. D. Scientists are looking for ways to store spent nuclear fuel. Number 10. The first argument in paragraph 9 appeals to the emotions of F. Anger, G. Fear, H. Pity, J. Pride. Number 11. In paragraph 11, the author contrasts forms of energy to show that A. It makes sense to use renewable energy sources. B. Nuclear energy costs more than renewable energy. C. The world has a variety of energy sources. D. It is possible to run out of nuclear resources. Number 12. Which statement is a factual claim presented in both arguments? F. Meeting tighter air pollution limits is virtually impossible without nuclear energy. G. Uranium for fuel can easily be turned into uranium for nuclear bombs. H. Newer nuclear power plants are safer than older nuclear power plants. J. The nation's nuclear power plants are well defended against terror attacks. Number 13. Which opinion do the authors share? A. Global warming is a threat to the environment. B. Nuclear energy is a source of serious problems. C. The uranium used for fuel can easily be processed for nuclear bombs. D. The use of nuclear power effectively reduces air pollution. Part 3. Vocabulary multiple choice. Directions. Use context clues and your knowledge of related words to answer the following questions. Number 14. Use what you know about the word essence to define the related word essential in paragraph 2. A. Enjoyable. B. Helpful. C. Lasting. D. Necessary. Number 15. Use what you know about the word emit to define the related word emissions in paragraph 4. F. Costs of labor and materials. G. Substances released into the air. H. Chances of explosion. J. Dangers of the environment. Number 16. Use what you know about the word ray to define the related word radiation in paragraph 8. A. A colorless, odorless gas. B. A system of pipes for heating or cooling. C. Waves or particles of radioactive energy. D. A device that transmits radio signals. Number 17. Use what you know about the word position to define the related word repository in paragraph 9. F, a place to put things. G, an electrical outlet for a plug. H, something hidden for safekeeping. J, one who acts on behalf of another. Go mark your answers and go to slide 4. Part 4, vocabulary multiple choice. Directions. Use context clues and the Latin and Greek word root definition to answer the following questions. Number 18. The Greek word oikonomos means one who runs a household. In paragraph 3, what does the word economy mean? A, the system or range of financial activity in a country. B, a nation's air, water, and other natural resources. C, a family's management of its resources. D, the least expensive accommodations for travelers. Number 19, the Latin word lutum means mud. In paragraph 3, what does the word pollutants mean? F, areas of low-lying, soggy ground. G, masses of rocks left by glaciers. H, tiny particles that live in swamps. J, waster material that contaminates the air. Number 20, the Greek word cat means down, and the Greek word stiphen means to turn. What does the word catastrophe mean in paragraph 10? A, going against the laws of nature. B, producing lower air temperatures. C, moving in an opposite direction. Or D, causing great suffering or damage. Part 5, short answer questions. Directions. Choose one of the following and write your answer on the lines provided on the answer sheet. Remember, this one question is worth a substantial amount of points on the rubric. You will give your best effort because this selection could make or break your major grade. Choice 1. Reread paragraph 3 of the yes response. What evidence does the author cite to support his claim that nuclear plants are a clean source of energy? Use evidence from the text to support your answer. Choice number 2. Identify the author's purpose in writing the no response and discuss the reasons given to support the author's position. Use evidence from the text to support your answer. Choice 3. Reread paragraph 11 of the no response. Name 2 of the comparisons that the author makes between nuclear energy and energy from the wind and sun. Use evidence from the text to support your answer. Part 6. Revising and editing multiple choice. Directions. Read this passage and answer the questions that follow. Number 1. The purpose of the Environmental Protection Agency is to protect health and safeguarding the environment. Sentence 2. For almost 40 years, the agency has conducted research, set standards, and enforcing activities to prevent pollution. Sentence 3. In 1975, the United Nations designated the agency as an information center for environmental data. Sentence 4. Its information is reliable, complete, and offers access to everyone. Sentence 5. The agency works with organizations such as Habitat for Humanity to make land safe for housing. Sentence 6. The agency's mission has always been to give Americans an environment that is clean, healthy, and can be sustained. Number 21. Choose the best way to rewrite sentence 1 to make its structure parallel. A. The purpose of the Environmental Protection Agency is to protect health and it safeguards the environment. B. The purpose of the Environmental Protection Agency is to protect health, safeguarding the environment. C. The purpose of the Environmental Protection Agency is to protect health as it is safeguarding the environment. D. The purpose of the Environmental Protection Agency is to protect health and safeguard the environment. 22. Choose the best way to rewrite sentence 2 to make its structure parallel. F. For almost 40 years, the agency has conducted research, set standards, and enforced activities to prevent pollution. G. For almost 40 years, the agency has conducted research, set standards, and it enforces activities to prevent pollution. H. For almost 40 years, the agency has conducted research, set standards, and to enforce activities to prevent pollution. J. For almost 40 years, the agency has conducted research, set standards, and will enforce activities to prevent pollution. Number 23. Choose the best way to rewrite sentence 4 to make its structure parallel. A. Its information is reliable, complete, and lacking in secrecy. B. Its information is reliable, complete, and accessible. C. Its information is reliable, complete, and offering everyone an opportunity to educate himself or herself. D. Its information is reliable, complete, and without boundaries in its accessibility. Number 24. Choose the best way to rewrite sentence 7 to make its structure parallel. F. The agency's mission has always been to give Americans an environment that is clean, healthy, and has sustainability. G. The agency's mission has always been to give Americans an environment that is clean, healthy, and that won't decay. H. The agency's mission has always been to give Americans an environment that is clean, healthy, and wanting to be sustained. J. The agency's mission has always been to give Americans an environment that is clean, healthy, and sustainable.